Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NASSCOM's Emerge 50 Awards 2020. Emerge 50 Awards is India's most prestigious and prominent awards in the software product industry, with the mission to find and recognize the most innovative software product companies who would be the future trendsetters of decade from India. Our awards have grown exponentially since its inception in 2009. The awards has been successful in identifying the right pool of companies that have continuously matured since the time of their nomination. I am RJ Pallavi, and I'm thrilled to be your host for this prestigious award ceremony brought to all of you at the comfort of your homes. So let us begin this year's virtual edition of this awards. To kickstart the award ceremony, I invite Mr. Gaurav Hazra, our Senior Director and Head India Markets NASSCOM, to take us through the background and the introduction of Emerge 50. Over to you, Gaurav.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2020 Emerge 50. I'll just take a few minutes just to give you a quick background of how Emerge 50 has done over the years and how it has emerged as a prominent award for the software product industry. It's known to identify, recognize, and celebrate promising early stage companies, some of who go to become big names and to be in the forefront of the product journey. Since 2009, Emerge 50 has almost recognized 550 products across more than 500 companies. The winners and the participants of Emerge 50 have performed extremely well in their respective businesses. And today we are proud to share that Emerge 50 alumni consist of India's 3 unicorns. And about 75 Emerge 50 winners have over years been selected for acquisition, M&A, and all of them put together have raised more than $2.6 billion in equity funding post-award. It's also important to note that almost 60 of these companies have really raised funding over a ticket size of 10 million each. And this also, in a way, helps us to identify early stage companies who really go on to become sustainable and growth-oriented businesses. This year, we are seeing about 67% of the participants in the B2B segments and about 75% of the participants who are actually working on advanced technology, which is very, very, I think, distinct about this year awards. And last but not the least, over the last 11 years, there are only 5 or 6% companies who have become inactive. So which is a very, very high success rate amongst the participants and winners of Emerge 50. Let me wish all the participants and winners, all the best, and congratulations to all the winners. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Pallavi, over to you.
Thank you, Gaurav, for those inspiring words. Up next, we have someone who will talk to us about NASSCOM catalyzing India's software product ecosystem. So could we please have Ms. Debjani Ghosh, our president for NASSCOM, to address the virtual gathering. Over to you, Debjani.
Hey everyone, good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's staying safe. And we are absolutely thrilled to be back with the Emerge 50 Awards. In fact, this is one award which is, I think, very special to all our hearts. And this is one initiative that NASSCOM is especially very proud of. I want to talk a little bit about why the focus on software product is so important for us, not just as NASSCOM, but I think for the entire country. I think India has been blessed to have the kind of strength it has built over the years in the services industry. It is a tremendous advantage to have. It is an excellent competitive advantage that as a country that we can have. It is a fantastic industry. But I think going forward, services alone is not going to be enough. We have to figure out how to build an equally strong and competitive product play for India to take its rightful place as a leading technology hub in the world. We cannot depend on or just rest on our past laurels of being one of the best in services. We have to continue to be the best in services. I'm very clear on that. But we also have to be the best in products. And I think this is becoming more and more a strategic need for the country when you think of um, our building our technology prowess, building our technology competitive advantage, and also when you think of the kind of growth the technology sector has driven. If we have to continue to benefit that from that kind of technology growth, from that kind of economic growth from this sector, I think it's extremely important for us to figure out what do we have to do right to make our mark in the product space. And as NASSCOM, we absolutely believe that this is highly doable. And we take a lot of encouragement from companies like Zoho, Freshworks, which have gone out, Tally, which have gone out and shown what Indian companies are capable of on a global platform. And I think as we build the capabilities, as we build out the product playbook, um, we should think a little bit about what is it that will define success in the future versus what has defined success in the past. I'm sure my next guest, who I'm eagerly waiting to hear, Sridhar Vembu, will talk a lot about it. But one of the things I want to leave you with is the importance of trust. I can never reinforce enough how important trust is going to be in deciding success of companies, success of businesses going forward. And frankly, a wonderful example of this is Zoho. For those of you who are aware of their privacy policies, and they're one of the very few companies that has privacy built into the very design of their products. And this has been called out globally. So I think this is going to be in a world which is going to be increasingly hyper digital, which is going to be largely contactless. Trust is going to be an extremely important factor in decision making, whether it is the decision to use your products, to work with you. Trust is going to play an important, very important role. And as you are thinking about your strategy for this market, that's the one thought I want to leave you with. As NASSCOM, this is a commitment we have made to ourselves, to the government, that just as 30 years back, we were responsible for building India's service industry. Today is the time, the need of the hour is for us to put in the same kind of effort, if not more, to build India's product industry. And we've been doing this, and I want to give a huge shout out to our product council chaired by Atul Batra, which has been doing a fabulous job of identifying the next promising players in the product segment, mentoring them, bringing them up to speed, which is what exactly Emerge 50 has done for, I think, 12 plus years with more than 500 companies. And we will continue to do so. This is something that's absolutely critical. It's a must do for NASSCOM. We will continue to stay focused on this charter, this initiative, work with the government on training, policies, etc. And as I said, I don't think we have a choice to anymore say that, okay, let's choose between services and products. I really don't believe that we have that choice. That train has left the station. I think for us today, we have to figure out how to do both and how to do both extremely well. So with that, I'm going to hand it back because I'm absolutely very eager to hear our speaker, our chief speaker, Sridhar Vembu, frankly, for me, is epitomizes what the product ecosystem stands for. Thank you, Pallavi.
Thank you, Debjani, for that insightful talk. So up next, ladies and gentlemen, is somebody that Debjani has already spoken to us about. Now, he is also someone who will talk to us about the importance of the deep tech know-how for India. He's someone who absolutely needs no introduction. He's the founder and CEO of a privately held cloud-based business software company. The company has over 50 million users worldwide, and its flagship product has over 45 apps. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, please join me in welcoming the one and the only Mr. Sridhar Vembu, founder and CEO for Zoho Corp. Over to you, Sridhar.
Thank you. Namaskar. So today, thank you for having me for this event. This is, of course, very special. We are celebrating India's software product companies, something that is dear and near to me personally and to Zoho as well. And today I've chosen a topic that has also been something very important to me. The last several years I've been paying attention to this and thinking through this. And let me first address how our software product ecosystem looks like today, and particularly all the VC investments, where they are heading. There's, of course, a lot of educational tech, edtech software, fintech, financial technology, food tech, delivery, logistics, travel, entertainment, of course, and there's a lot of all these companies have sprung up, and that's very good. And we need a lot more startups. There's one kind of company I would like to see more of, and what is common about all these? There's something common about all these things, and what is common is that we actually do not address our structural trade deficit with a country like Japan, China, or Germany, where we import high-value products, including this phone, iPhone, and all the technology behind it that I'm on right now. We cannot export to them our fintech or our edtech, even because the cultural and educational systems are different. I mean, educational technology is very tied to how education works in the country. So ours is tailored towards our systems. It may not work for Chinese, may not work for Japanese. The same way with delivery technology. A lot of it is covered in those countries already. And same thing with, of course, fintech and logistics, a lot of that. So there's one part of technology that we need to do. Definitely more companies need to emerge in this, what I'm going to call deep tech. Deep tech is actually the stuff that on top of which all of this other tech sit as layers above. If you have an educational technology startup, there is a cloud layer, there is a hardware layer, there is network layer, all of that. Those are all invisible. I mean, you only see the educational technology. The consumer sees the education technology, but there is a layer below it. There is layers and layers of technology below it. And my strong thesis is that India needs to play companies that play in those layers, all of those layers. And starting with, for example, the lowest layer to me would be a semiconductor fab. And we don't have a strong fab in India right now. I mean, we import 100 billion worth of semiconductor chips, but we don't yet have a fab. And that's something worth thinking through. The same thing, we don't have an operating system or the databases and all of that. A lot of it we use open source, but there is a lot of proprietary technology involved in this. So we use a lot of open source, but we also built a lot of proprietary technology in these areas, databases and search, all of that. So it's extremely important to have investments in these technologies. Same way, compilers, operating systems, and these are all areas that we need investments in. And adjacent to it, I'm talking about medical technology. If you go to hospital, essentially all of that technology, cool stuff you see, comes from abroad. Essentially, none of it is, India has the deep tech know-how. Though there are Indians participating in these. I mean, there's always many, many Indians who are working in all this. And in fact, a lot of these groups are a lot of Indian brains working on it. But that doesn't necessarily benefit India because the value added sits elsewhere. And this has actually structural consequences for our economy. And I want to address that next. So first I mentioned how the kind of startups we are funding today don't address the structural deficit we face with particularly technologically advanced nations, more advanced nations than us. That will include Taiwan, that will include now China, because China is more technologically advanced than us. And of course, Japan and Germany and US when it involves internet companies, all of that. And each of these companies use all those technologies. For example, a fintech company would use cloud, public cloud. And their employees would use Macs and iPhones or Android phones, all that. So there's all this technology is used, but we don't have a way to pay for it. That's what it means. We don't actually give something in return. So we run a deficit, and that goes on as debt in our national accounts. And that debt shows up at corporate level, government level, all of that, but still it's debt. So that is actually a fundamental issue. And when you don't have those types of companies, there is actually a long-term economic consequence. And I would like to point to Mexico as an example of a country that has been trapped in this. Mexico has a lot of manufacturing capability. And yet none of the know-how is in Mexico. The products are not designed. The product know-how is not in Mexico. So this is exactly like the iPhone factory example, where we should not celebrate too much that we have an iPhone building factory. I mean, that's good, but we probably get $10 per phone. Our value addition in India is about $10 per phone. And well, the total value of dollars. So you might get $10 out of it, like 1%. That's not enough value addition to capture in India for not our talent pool, our aspirations, all of them. We have to capture more of that value here. And to do that, we have to have the deeper technical know-how and companies with that know-how, companies that can command the price. And I'll tell you what happens when you don't have it. And recently, this is actually, I'm going to take a totally different field. What I noticed is, of course, all of the sophisticated machines. There's very, very sophisticated machines. There are kind of robot spoolers, and I saw all kinds of this. Just to take cotton and make it into a yarn, that thread that goes out in spools. That is about 7 or 8 steps there, each with separate machinery. And all these are highly sophisticated. And you go look at the labels of those machines, German, Swiss, and Japanese, typically. And here's the crux of it. There may be hundreds of such textile mills in India. All of them would have similar profile of machines. And there are a couple of Indian companies that make it, but still the majority of that machines are imported still. And of course, Bangladesh would have the similar mills, and they get the same machines from all that. And here's the problem. When India and Bangladesh will get the same price on those machines, Indian labor is costlier than Bangladesh. So our textile mills will lose competitive advantage to Bangladesh. And this is even before tariffs and all of the differential tariffs are already applied, which means that our industry already has somewhat of a disadvantage in terms of this. And here is the way this works. Those machines' cost is fixed by the few suppliers there are, but the output of the textile mill, there are hundreds of players competing in the market. So this is what I call costly inputs, commodity output problem. So your inputs are costly. Your output is a commodity subject to commodity economics, where race to the bottom in terms of pricing. And if your labor costs are somewhat higher, and we want labor costs to be higher because that's what the standard of living is. If you want a good standard of living in this country, labor costs have to go higher. There's no other way, right? And yet when textile mills pay better, they tend to get competed away. So that is the problem. On the other hand, why doesn't it happen to Germany on the machines? Well, there are only few suppliers in that segment. It's not like you have 100 suppliers of textile machinery, those kind of advanced machines that the textile mills want. So they maybe have 2 or 3. So in a sense, they name the price for the machines that come in. And while we get to take the price, whatever the commodity price the market assigns us. So the textile mill has to pay the asking price and receive the given price. So in neither case, there is any price control here. So your supplier charges you whatever they want, and your customer tells you what price they will pay. So that is the state you are in. And this might appear like a textile problem or something, but this is a structural economic problem. Mexico gets stuck in this trap where they have costly inputs of know-how and commodity output where their labor output is commoditized and not considered sufficient value. And this results in what's called the middle income trap, where a country is not able to advance beyond that level. And to break through this, we need local know-how, absolutely needed. And these product companies, I mean, software product companies, tech product companies, deep tech, that's where they have to be built. And it's absolutely essential that we get on this. And we have companies that we need hundreds of companies in everything from smartphone cameras to operating systems, everything from MRI machines to robot textile machines. All of that we need the know-how. So that is what my mission has been. I'm trying to push this idea and trying to get people become aware of this because these are structural economic consequences long term for India. So that's with that I will in my brief keynote. Thank you very much and namaskaram.
That was truly inspiring. Thank you so much, Sridhar. Now, for the past decade, we have seen our Emerge 50 Awards grow wonderfully, and now we have a small video for you to showcase its journey. So could we have a look at the video, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the Emerge 50 winner booklet is a showcase of all the winners with the details of all the companies and the solutions they have to offer. Now, if any one of you would like to have a look at it, then please do visit our Emerge 50 webpage, but we will upload the booklet once all of our winners have been announced. With this, it's time to move on because next we have Mr. Pari Natarajan, our CEO for Zinnov, who will be taking us through the Emerge 50 evaluation process. So over to you, Pari.
Thank you. A very good afternoon. I'm Pari Natarajan, co-founder and CEO of Zinnov. We at Zinnov take great pride being the knowledge partner for the very first edition of Emerge 15 way back in 2009. And having been the knowledge partner for 7 out of the 11 past edition, we're extremely excited and proud to return for the 12th edition of Emerge 50 Awards. Over the next few minutes, I will present the landscape of the previous winners of Emerge 50, take you through the Emerge 50 Awards methodology, and with some trends observed in this year's winners. So let's start with the insights from the previous winners. Next slide, please. The past 11 editions have created a new benchmark for ecosystem awards. We have had 550 winners across 11 editions. 3 of the companies have grown to become unicorns, and Freshworks, Dhruva, and Razorpay are now industry role models, but they were just getting started when they were discovered through Emerge 50. When we started the first edition, there were hardly any acquisitions in the Indian technology product ecosystem. Now, 75 of the winners have been acquired, and close to 50% of the past Emerge winners have raised external funding to the tune of $2.6 billion. It's just not that. Over 94% of the Emerge 50 companies are still active. Even many of the companies who are not able to raise investment continues to be profitable and are solving important problems for their customers. Next slide, please. The 12th edition, the one that we are here to celebrate, has undoubtedly be the most competitive. The 2020 Emerge Awards call for applications across 10 different categories: retail tech, fintech, health tech, logistics and mobility, SaaS enterprise, cybersecurity, hardware IoT, Bharat, and strategic sectors. Each of the sectors were chosen for both the global relevance as well as national importance. We received 700 plus applications in total, highest across all the 12 editions of Emerge 50 Awards. The ratio of deep tech companies, like what Sridhar mentioned, it continues to increase. And today, there were 74% of the applications were using some kind of deep tech in terms of AI, ML, blockchain, AR, VR, IoT, and so on. And out of that, 65% of the companies are really building products for the global market. And they're not just coming from the metros, they're really coming from 15 different cities across India. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. So to narrow down to the winners, we built a holistic framework looking at 5 key parameters. One, we looked at business maturity of these companies, looked at the product maturity, what the level of innovation happening within the organizations, what are the capability of the team which has come together to build the product, and finally, it's about how large is the market opportunity. So to drive this in a very rigorous process, we defined it into 4-stage process. The first stage was really looking at the 700 applications and looked at other products have customers. Do they have real paying customers? Are these product development teams, are they based out of India? And we also want to make sure the revenue of these companies is less than 100 crores. So these are much smaller companies. And we were able to reduce the 700 to about 400. And for these 400 companies in stage 2, we looked at all of the data they have provided in the applications, drove a very strong analytical process, and then shortlisted to about 150 companies. Then stage 3, we presented this 150 companies to a set of subject matter experts and industry experts. So we want to get a sector-specific insight on each of these 10 categories to understand the nuances. And based on their inputs, we're able to get it down from 150 to about 101. So once we got to that, in the final stage, we invited about 81 jurors. And these are jurors from the industry, academia, entrepreneurs, investors. And they came together for a period of 2 whole days. And we actually ran it in 2 parallel tracks to go through 101 pictures from all of these companies. And based on that, jury found it really hard to be able to shortlist the 101 to about 50. Right? So we started from about 700, went to 400, 150, got to 101, detailed jury discussions, and then brought to select the top 50 Emerge companies. So for the next 2 slides, let's look at what differentiates these companies. What are some of the big trends which is coming from observing these organizations? Next slide, please. As you see shortly, the winners of 2020 edition are diverse set of high potential companies. Fact that we have this winners are coming from 12 different cities. I remember, 2 decades ago, if you look at the Indian cricket team, there will be a bunch of people from Bangalore, a few people from Delhi and Mumbai and Chennai, and just the metros, and that would be the formation of the Indian cricket team. But today, if you look at the Indian cricket team, it's with representatives from across the country. We're starting to see very similar trend play out with the startups. Not just startups are coming from the top cities, but really coming from across India. And we were able to observe 3 key data points with these winners. So first, the entrepreneurs are very confident about the insights on global markets, and they're targeting these markets from day one, right? They're not just building for India and then taking global, they're building it for the global market. And second is SaaS is the dominant delivery model used by most of the winners. And use of deep tech has increased across both products which are built for global markets as well as products which are built for India market. Next slide, please. It is evident that entrepreneurs are increasingly leveraging what we call as India's X factors. Due to the global connectedness of India, it is today possible to understand the needs of global market from India. Our large, diverse market continues to be a test bed for rapid experimentation and scale. And entrepreneurs are moving from technology MNCs and have deep customer understanding and deep tech capabilities. Not just that, they also have a network of engineers they can go and hire who can come and work in these organizations. We also saw how the entrepreneurs were very adaptive, especially how the companies adapted to the COVID crisis and thrived and really came out of it in flying colors over the last few months. And finally, the entrepreneurs are taking advantage of the collaborative ecosystem we have in India, where there is common learning and they're able to network with other entrepreneurs and also use the ecosystem as a way to access global customers. Next slide, please. India and the Indian startup ecosystem has evolved considerably since 2009 when we started the first Emerge 50 Awards. The first phase was really to come out of the shadow of the very successful technology and BPO services industry in India. The second phase is to gain global attention and investments. And we are now entering the third phase where we should be known for new global category creation and deep tech innovations from India. I'm sure many of the Emerge 50 winners will do just that and shine the lights for the ones to follow. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Pari, for giving us an insight on our Emerge 50 Awards. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the most awaited part of the event, the League of 10 Awards. Now, in the spirit of the competition and, of course, to enhance the quality of participation, the 50 finalists were further filtered out and 10 best solutions were shortlisted as this year's Emerge 50 League of 10. Now, be it their market strategy, customer acquisition rates, unique technology, value proposition, or the sheer tenacity as a pathbreaker, each of these startups in the League of 10 deserves huge merit. Now, to kickstart the League of 10 category, may I invite Mr. Kunal Bahel, our CEO and co-founder for Snapdeal, to announce the first set of winners. So, over to you, Kunal.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Indian software product industry has really come of age in the last few years. And over the last 10 years, I've seen the significant transition in the startup ecosystem from primarily consumer-focused startups to now a wide range of software product startups, building world-class companies catering to the global markets. We already see, as the earlier speaker was mentioning, a few unicorns created in the software product space. And I'm sure there'll be many more to follow. And I do expect that the software product startups will likely create more unicorns out of India than any other subsegment of the Indian startup ecosystem. The trend that was started by the Indian IT services leaders will likely be taken to the next level in the coming years by this new generation of software product startups, and my heartiest congratulations to all the winners. So we'll get started with announcing the winners. I'm announcing 5 of them, and the first winner is Foyer.Neo. Foyer.Neo is an easy-to-use cloud-based AI-powered visualization software made for design professionals. It uses smart AI algorithms to which reduces design time by 90% compared to other products. Hence, it's loved by interior designers across 21 countries. Congratulations, Shailesh. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Kunal, and hello to everyone. Namaskar from my side. I and the entire team at Foyer is really excited to receive this award. We feel privileged, we feel very humbled to be recognized, and thanks everyone who has chosen us, the jurors, the NASSCOM team. We are very, very thankful to all of you, and hopefully we can make a dent in the design industry as we create the next generation design software. So we are very humbly accepting this award. We are very happy to receive this. So thank you, NASSCOM, and thank you, Kunal, for mentioning us. Everybody, all the best as we go through the
So we can move to the next winner, which is Khatabook. Khatabook is India's fastest growing ledger management mobile app that enables MSME businesses to increase efficiency and reduce costs through safe and secure business and financial solutions. The app records and manages business and personal finances and transactions and is available in 13 languages. Congratulations, Ravish. Good to see you. Over to you.
Thank you, Kunal. Good to see you again. On behalf of the entire Khatabook team, I'd like to, thank NASSCOM for honoring us with NASSCOM Emerge 2020. This recognition, humbles our young company. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and we remain very deeply committed and incredibly excited about our goal of digitizing Bharat's merchants and shopkeepers. Thank you again for the jury and NASSCOM for this honor.
Great. Moving forward, the next winner is Iris by Incref, an enterprise SaaS solution company. Fashion and lifestyle brands optimize their inventory, resulting in a revenue improvement. The solution considers nuances of complex categories like fashion, accounting for all operating business constraints, using granular data, individual store level analytics, etc. Congratulations, and over to you, Anshuman.
Thank you, Kunal, and thank you, NASSCOM. This is a great privilege, real humbling experience, and honestly, a very strong validation of the work this team is doing. We are really proud to receive this award, and we look forward to doing great work, not only in India, but globally, and then create a great platform for global customers. Thank you.
The next winner is Devanagari. Devanagari is an AI-powered human translation platform to help businesses reach 1 billion plus internet users in their regional languages. It combines neural machine translation with machine learning and a community to power translations. They enable faster and on-time translation by using AI-powered workflow to increase the efficiency and accuracy of the translation process. Congratulations, and over to you, Nakul.
Thank you, Kunal. Thank you, NASSCOM, and thank you, jury members, for recognizing us. This award is for my team and definitely would not have been possible without the unflinching support of my family. This award is really important to us, and hopefully we will do great things in Indian languages. Thanks again.
And the next one is Shifu Orbut by Play Shifu, which creates the most unique toys that merge physical and digital play through innovative technology like AR. So far, Play Shifu has engaged over 500,000 children across 15 countries all over the world. Congratulations, and over to you, Vivek.
Thank you so much, Kunal. Super excited and proud to be accepting this award on behalf of the PlayShifu team. We are on a journey and a mission to create unparalleled early learning experiences for this Gen Alpha. And this award validates the paths that we have chosen, the work that we have done so far. We're just starting on our journey, and super excited to take this product built out of India to the worldwide audiences, kids around the world who are in their early learning phase. So thank you so much again.
Okay, congratulations to all the certificate presentation. So congratulations in summary to all the winners. Over to you, Pallavi.
Thank you so much, Kunal. And of course, a big thank you for announcing our first set of winners. And congratulations to For Your Neo, Khata Book, Iris, Devnagri, and Shifu Orbut. Now, to announce the next set of winners, may I invite Mr. Krishna Kumar Natarajan, Managing Partner for Mela Ventures. Over to you, KK.
Pleasure and an honor to be associated with the Emerge 50 Awards. Time flies. I think of 15 years back when, as a part of the NASSCOM Executive Council, I had launched the Emerge Forum and was also responsible for the Emerge 50 Awards. And it's really pleasing to see that many of the Emerge 50 award winners in the earlier years have grown to become unicorns and sonicons. In a way, justifying what Pari said, I think in the next decade, many of the winners today should start becoming category leaders who set the standards for the world. So here is wishing all of them the best to become global leaders who are really powered by NASSCOM Emerge 50 Awards. So I'm very happy to say the next winner is RFPIO. RFPIO is a cloud-based response management platform and the industry's first AI-enabled solution to support knowledge sharing, collaboration, and the digital transformation of response process. With RFPIO, teams can improve content, quality, and accessibility, enabling collaboration without boundaries. Congratulations to the RFPIO team, and over to you, Manish, to have your views on the award.
Thank you, Krishna Kumar. We are humbled and honored to be joining the elite group of recipients who we have long respected and admired. Thank you, NASSCOM, for recognizing us. We would also like to thank our 900 plus customers and 100K happy users for trusting us. Lastly, thanks to RFPI family for all your great work and dedication in building the great product. We couldn't have achieved this without you. Thank you, everyone.
The next winner is a very exciting company, Yulu Miracle. Yulu is the leading shared micro-mobility service provider using electric two-wheelers to reduce traffic congestion and air pollution in urban India. Yulu Miracle is a battery-operated, lightweight, easy-to-ride two-wheeler that has no legal requirement for the helmet, registration plate, or a driving license. Beyond the brief, I think Amit, who's one of the founders of Yulu, is also a very successful serial entrepreneur, having co-founded InMobi earlier, and more than anything else, a great entrepreneur and a wonderful human being. Congratulations, Amit, and over to you for your thoughts.
Thank you, KK. Thank you, NASSCOM team, for this honor. I would also like to thank our investors, our early backers, our team, and last but not the least, million-plus users who showed support in service like Yulu. We are very committed to transform India's urban mobility. And our goal is to make mobility inclusive, equitable, and sustainable for everyone. And we believe that we'll make it happen. Thanks once again.
The next winner is CoreStack. CoreStack is an AI-powered solution that empowers enterprises to rapidly achieve continuous and autonomous cloud governance and scale. The company is backed by a patented technology, advanced partnerships with Microsoft and AWS, and they've done a fabulous job in building a company ground up. Over to you, Krishna Kumar, for your view.
Thank you, KK. Sort of a dream come true for me, like receiving it from you, KK to KK. That's great.
Yeah.
It is a great privilege and an honor to be awarded as a NASSCOM Emerge 50 League of 10 winner. We couldn't have done this without the support of our customers, partners, investors, advisors, and our team of passionate CoreStackians. On behalf of everyone at CoreStack, I'd like to extend our gratitude to NASSCOM for providing us this opportunity, to the esteemed jury members who recognize the value in CoreStack, and to everyone in the audience for joining us today. Thank you.
The next winner is Dozy. Dozy is India's only contactless health monitor that monitors heart health, respiratory health, sleep and stress levels through its sensors placed under the mattress and enables patient monitoring through remote data access. You need not be a patient to use this, because I must confess that I am a user of Dozy and a very happy user. Congratulations, Mudit and team, and over to you.
Thanks a lot, KK. That is a surprise that you are a user, and it's a very pleasant surprise. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the team who has put in relentless efforts in bringing Dozy to where we are. Our early adopters, who have, like yourself, who have put trust in the device, in us. Our investors who have backed us with all heart and soul. And also the vendors, right, who put in all the efforts to make sure that we are able to deliver what we promise. Thanks a lot, NASSCOM. It's a very important reinforcement for our
The 10th company, but obviously one of the most exciting companies in the logistics space, is Pando. Pando is a network freight management platform that enables large and growing enterprises to digitize, optimize, and scale their fragmented, multi-tiered freight networks. The platform supports businesses to manage and optimize their multimodal domestic and international freight and scale beyond their network. Congratulations, Abhijit, and over to you.
Thanks, KK, and thanks to NASSCOM for the award. We believe that supply chain management, or SCM, will grow to be as big a category as CRM, HRM, or even ITSM. And Pando is taking an early bet on it with a global enterprise-grade platform. I want to thank the entire Pando team, our clients, our investors, and the Chennai SaaS ecosystem for trusting and supporting us. Go Pando. Thank you.
We saw a very exciting set of 10 of the most exciting companies who are going to be the potential sonicons and unicorns of the Indian startup ecosystem and creating category leaders across the globe. We'll now move on to the others. So over to you, Pallavi, to get through to the next set of awards.
Thank you so much, KK, for doing the honors. And of course, a big congratulations to RFPIO, Yulu Miracle, CoreStack, Doozy, and Pando. All right, of course, we are looking forward to our next fireside chat that's going to happen in just a little while. But before that, all of us are here for our Emerge 50 Awards. It was started in the year 2009, and we've seen so many companies come forward and, of course, showcase their talents, showcase all the solutions that they have to kind of offer for everything that we have set up over here. Now, for all our audiences who have tuned in right now, all I want to know is you do know who are the companies who are up for the awards. We've still not announced the winners. We want to know who is the crowd favorite. All you have to do is quickly go ahead in the chat box that you can see. You can just go ahead and, of course, give us your answers. Who do you basically think might just land up being those winners? But as of now, ladies and gentlemen, we're quickly going to go to our fireside chat. Up next, we have the fireside chat with Mr. Rajan Anandan, who is our managing partner for Sequoia Capital and Search. And we also have Mr. Atul Batra, who is the chair for NASSCOM Product Council and CTO for Manthan. And basically what's going to happen right here in the fireside chat is they are going to let us know why it is important to identify and incentivize our innovative products in an early stage. We're going to be having the fireside chat in just a little while, so stay tuned. We actually have our fireside chat basically setting up. We do have some people who have asked us to showcase our journey video once again. So could we have the video, please? One. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be showcasing our winner booklet also on our Emerge 50 website. But just remember, we're going to be showcasing that booklet only after we have announced all the winners. Thank you so much for giving us all of those answers. But for now, it's time to quickly move on to our fireside chat. We have Mr. Rajan Anandan, who is the managing partner for Sequoia Capital and Surge. And we also have Mr. Atul Batra, Chair NASSCOM Product Council and CTO for Manthan. And like I was just telling you, they will let us know why it is important to identify and incentivize innovative products at an early age. So over to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Pallavi. Good afternoon, folks, and absolutely delighted to have you on this fireside, Rajan. Welcome.
Thanks, Atul. Good to be here.
Yeah. So, folks, Rajan needs no introduction, but I do want to say, he's been one of the biggest and perhaps earliest supporters of our product and startup ecosystem, right? Not only has he helped shape the ecosystem, but he has literally, put his money where the mouth is as one of the most prolific angel investors and now formally sort of wearing that hat at Sequoia. With that, let's get into it. I'll tee up a couple of questions, and if the audience wants to put some questions in the chat window, we'll try and take those at the end as well. So Rajan, let's start. I think it's fair to say the Emerge 50 in 12 years, is a good reflection of how our ecosystem has sort of evolved, right? In fact, arguably our ecosystem as formally took off 10 to 15 years back, no more than that. So I think the awards have given us good aggregate insights like Pari talked about and some of the speakers spoke about. So from your perspective, Rajan, what have you seen change just in the last couple of years?
I think, look, a decade is a very long time. So if you look at 10 years, Atul, as you know, we've seen just a massive change on many dimensions. And then I think if you look at even the last 3-4 years, but over 10 years, if you go back to 2010, we had only a few thousand startups, we had 0 unicorns, and we had less than $1 billion of venture capital funding per year coming into India. You look at end of 2019, right? We had over 40,000 startups, we had 32 unicorns or 29 unicorns. And last year we had $14.5 billion of venture capital funding. So, it's come really a very long way. And in many ways, the next 5 years, I think we'll easily more than double from here on total funding. We'll triple from here on unicorns and so on. But if you look at the last, I would say 2 to 3 years, we've seen changes along multiple dimensions that are even more profound. I'd say the first one is the broad basing of the ecosystem. So in many ways, even if you go back 5 years ago, right, 2014, 15, it was really about a consumer internet story. And within consumer internet, it was really about e-commerce. And then a little bit of everything else, like a little bit of content, a little bit of everything else. But over the last 3-4 years, we've seen a massive broad basing, right? So if you look at consumer internet, it's really gone way beyond sort of e-commerce, right? We have edtech, we have digital health, we have gaming, a whole bunch of other subsectors that have emerged. SaaS, which you've been really a part of, and many of the Emerge 50 companies have been a part of over the last decade, has really come of age. 2 years ago, we had 0 SaaS unicorns. Today, we have 5 SaaS unicorns. I think we're now at a clip of creating 2 to 3 SaaS unicorns a year. So broad basing would be sort of one big one. Second is the market, the domestic market, which really started getting very deep with the launch of Jio. Now is not just deep on a user standpoint, right? We have 500 billion users connected to the internet, consuming 16 gigabytes per user per month of data, which is unprecedented. But also the ability to monetize our markets is getting better. I would say if you ask me what has really changed, one of the things, big changes has been the ability to monetize has gotten better, right? You look at a company like Unacademy. Unacademy is a unicorn. They got to $100 million of revenue about 15, 16 months after they started monetizing. And really, quite frankly, they built a unicorn on the back of about 250,000 paying users, right? And Gaurav, the founder, has been talking about some of these stats publicly, so I could share them. So monetization, I think, has been very important. Obviously, with SaaS companies, the India to US story has been established now for quite some time, much like your company. But I think that the ability to monetize the Indian ecosystem, I think, is so that's number 2. I think the third thing that has happened is I think the scaling of our digital public infrastructure started off with Aadhaar. Then UPI really created the most advanced digital ecosystem in the world. But now we are seeing, for instance, the national health stack, what NDHMA is going to do, and so on and so forth. So I'd say that's changed a lot. The last thing I'd say is quality of entrepreneurs, Atul, has just gone up dramatically, right? So every day I meet between 5 and 7 founders
And I must say every day, I mean, I tell myself, wow, the quality just keeps improving year on year, right? And I think it's almost on this sort of, it's not a linear curve. Every year the founders don't just get a little better. I think the quality of the founders is improving by leaps and bounds. So I would say in over 10 years, it's been a CC change of just a dramatic change across every dimensions. But I'd say even over the last 3 or 4 years, we've seen very meaningful change, Atul.
Fantastic. No, that's a great summary, Rajan. And something I want to come back to, you mentioned monetization. I want to come back to Bharat. Rajan, as you know, there's a lot of new focus on Bharat, but as we know, we have a chicken and egg situation there around monetization, capital, etc. But let me jump to the next topic. Rajan, I've heard you talk about the words world-class a lot. And I know it sounds cliche, but I know you have a very deep meaning there, Rajan. So can you elaborate on what you mean there, especially for our founders who are tuned in?
Yeah, I think, look, world-class means just that, right? It's world-class. It's been best in the world, right? At what you do. So, how do you think about that, right? So if you think about products, right? Are you building world-class products? So, we've had this big question over the last 4 or 5 months in India after TikTok got banned, right? Can we build TikTok scale products? We've got a bunch of products that have gotten to 30, 40, 50, 60 million users, short video apps. But, if you look at retention rates of most of those apps, they're still very, very poor, right? I mean, TikTok's monthly retention is world-class, right? So you can say, okay, if you've launched a short video app in India, what's your monthly retention? What's your D30 retention? What's your D60 retention, right? I mean, you can, there's 1 or 2 metrics you can look at and sort of say, is this product getting close to world-class? Ideally, world-class should be. So one is just building world-class products, right? So if you're building a SaaS product, it's not whether you can go and get 1 million of revenue or 2 million of revenue or 10 million of revenue. I think that's important, but that's not really the question, right? The question really is, are you building world-class products that can compete on global stages, right? So on the global stage. So that's sort of on the product dimension. I think the rest of it is on talent, right? I think as startups, I have this saying, Atul, that you can hire the people you know best. That's what most founders do. Or you can hire the best talent. And there is a world of a difference between those two things. Now, you could be fortunate where you happen to know the best talent in the world for what you're doing, right? But most often than not, that's not the case. And so, talent is another one, right? Like, are you really hiring the absolute best talent in the world? You look at culture, right? A lot of startups actually don't have a great culture. For those of you that are founders on this call, if you've got more than 20 or 30 employees, reach out to the X to 10X team. This is Psyche, Binny Bansal and others. They have X to 10X. Take the e-employee. They have this survey called employee NPS, Atul, right? It's these guys have built a whole set of SaaS products for early stage and growth stage startups, right? The average eNPS in Indian startups is 20. That means 80% of the employees who work in Indian startups would not recommend them. 30% of their sample size, 30% of well-funded Indian startups have negative NPS. So do you think these companies have a world-class culture? Absolutely not. They have the world's worst culture, right? So it's along all these dimensions, right? It's every aspect of what you do. You should be thinking about, is this world-class, right? And it's about quality. It's about hiring quality talent. It's about building quality products. It's about having an amazing culture, right? It's about really being very, very capital efficient, for instance, right? I think most SaaS companies are reasonably, capital efficient, but like, founders come and tell me, look, they raised $500-600 million and they're worth 1.2 billion. I mean, do you really think that's a world-class company? The answer is absolutely not. Absolutely not, right? You cannot be a world-class company if you raised half a billion dollars and you're worth $1.2 billion, because keep in mind, Google raised $25 million is worth $1 trillion, right? Now, of course, 20 years later, right? But that's all they raised. I mean, lifetime, right? So I think it's that concept of, I think jugaad is like a really bad thing for startups, right? Because jugaad is the antithesis of world class, right? You're not deeply thinking about building amazing product. And by the way, I'm not saying you should launch and iterate, right? But your goal should be to get to sort of an absolute, build incredible products, right? Build products that just wow customers. So that it's a lot of different things. But if you sum it all up, what is it? Are you truly building world class products with world-class teams and creating a culture that is truly the best in the world.
Yeah, I love that part where you said you should be able to stand up to global competition, whether that's India or internationally. And, one of the questions we always ask ourselves, Rajan, is who's the Facebook of India? Well, it's Facebook. Who's the LinkedIn of India? LinkedIn. Who's the Google of India? Google. Amazon of India. We could argue there. The jury's still out there. But you're absolutely right. Rajan, you tend to talk a lot about the emphasis on product market fit, which is kind of related to, being world-class or being on that journey, right? And that's a bigger issue, I would say, in our ecosystem, as we know, versus the Valley. I think we have a lower hit rate. And our startup really struggled to figure out how to get to PMF. How do our startups, start to unravel that better and faster? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think, by the way, it's not clear to me whether most startups in the US get to product market fit than India. But I would say where it starts off by saying is most startups in the US understand that they need to get to product market fit. Otherwise, they don't have a company. Like if you don't get to product market fit, you don't have a company, right? I mean, it's the first step if you're a seed stage company. The only thing that matters is you have to get to product market fit, right? So I think what we need to do as an ecosystem, one is build a lot more awareness about how do you define product market fit, right? And by the way, the definition, it varies by, the thing that you'll get when you talk to most people is you'll know it when you see it. Yes, of course, that happens, right? So you talk to Binny. I was talking to Binny the other day, and like, when did they know product market fit? I mean, they just started listing some books and it started flying off the shelf. Yes, now you have product market fit. That was 2009 Indian e-commerce, right? But that doesn't happen all the time, right? A lot of the times you have to engineer your way to product market fit. But so if let's say you're building a gaming app, right? How do you know what product market is? Well, you have to define, it's a certain set of app metrics that you could define it, right? If you're a SMB SaaS company, how do you know you have product market fit? It's, actually got to do with churn, right? If you have 5% monthly churn and you sell, India to the US, SMB SaaS company, you do not have product market fit, right? If you're an enterprise SaaS company, how do you know you have product market fit? You have X number of paying customers, you have a certain ACV that you can get to if that's what you're trying to get to, and you have net revenue retention of, I don't know, let's call it 110%. So depending on the kind of business that you're building, I think we need to build awareness so that founders sort of know what they should be gunning for, right? Because a lot of companies, especially in the SaaS world, right, people just focus on getting to revenue, right? 10K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month. It's very interesting, not in the search portfolio, but in my angel portfolio, I have a few companies, right? I mean, they're scaling revenue. They're SaaS companies, they're scaling revenue, but their churn is not world class. It's anywhere close to world class, and they don't have product market fit. So every time they send me a monthly update saying, "Yay, we hit like $100,000 worth of MRR, right? Growing very fast." I mean, my response right back is, you missed the most important number on this update, which is what is churn, right? Because if your monthly churn is 5-6% as an SMB SaaS company, especially if you're India, US SMB SaaS, right? You don't have product market fit, right? It's different if you're a prosumer SaaS, maybe that number is okay, etc. So I think one is building awareness. I think the second one, Atul, is just obsessive focus on customers, right? The only way you get there is you just got to be obsessively focused on what the users want, right? And I think as Indian founders, and maybe because we haven't had, a lot of companies where you can get trained as product managers, right? If you ask me, like we need to 10x, or actually we need to more like 100x the number of world-class product managers that we have in the ecosystem, right? And I wish that, some of our leading unicorn companies sort of create much more structured, product management programs like Google, Facebook, others, right? They have these product management programs. You go in your 2-3 years, that's all you're doing. You're learning about product management. So I think obsessing about customers, third thing would be the product management science, right? I do think it's very, very important. Let's say you're 2 engineers building a company, or let's say you're an engineer and a salesperson building a company. Take the time before you launch the company, or maybe in the early days of launching your company, to really learn the science of product management, right? Product management is a science. It's like anything else, right? You can't I was a sales leader, right? I can't wake up one day, and then say, look, I'm going to go be a CTO. That's just not going to happen, right? Because I just can't. That's a profession by itself. So similarly, I think that's a third thing I would say is taking the time to really learn the science of product management. So I'd say all of those kinds of things. But it starts off by asking this question. I don't know how many founders are on this call, but at least the winners, right? I'm assuming all the winners have product market fit. That's why they're winners. But I think this is something that we should do much more of in the ecosystem, Atul, which is build awareness of how do you define product market fit depending on the type of business that you're in.
Fantastic. No, great summary. And Rajan, you talked about product management. Look, we all recognize it's the crown jewel. It's not a role, it's a culture. It's a way of thinking. And at NASSCOM, Rajan, you'll be happy to know there's a big focus on product skilling, starting with product management. We have a goal to create 50,000 product managers in India in the next 5 years. So, we're working on it. Fantastic. So, Rajan, switching to deep tech, as you know, we've been doing a lot of work on deep tech at NASSCOM through the Deep Tech Club and so on. We've so far, looked at an ecosystem of about 1,000 companies. We are mentoring nearly 100. One of the big issues, the obvious issue that comes out is, how do you go about patient capital to build deep R&D? And that's really in short change. So how do we solve that as an ecosystem, or can we?
No, I mean, look, I think firstly we have an R&D problem, right, in the country. So R&D starts not with sort of risk capital, but R&D starts with, basically with government spending in universities, government spending in research, large companies spending on research, right? So none of the Indian companies really, the tech companies are not at a scale where they can spend a lot of money on research, and the big groups really haven't started doing that yet, right? So I think, as a result, look, I think the deep tech companies that we will build, and by the way, even as Sequoia, right, we made made quite a number of investments actually in deep tech recently, sort of companies like Avatar.me, Wobot, which I think is a NASSCOM, which is I think Emerge 50 company, right? I think Wobot was one of those two was a Emerge 50 company. So we've made a whole bunch of, we've Twin Health in healthcare and so on and so forth. But I would say, the kind of companies that I think Indian entrepreneurs, deep tech companies will build and scale over the next 5 years, Atul, my view, are going to be applying existing technologies to big problems, right? Either large Indian problems or large global problems. And they'll be very, very focused on solving specific set of, customer problems, right? I do think if you're building a startup that's going to require 5 years worth of R&D before you can launch a product, that is going to be very difficult to get financed through private capital in India. So either you've got to say, look, this kind of thing is much better financed in the US, move to the US, or, you say, look, I've got to get grants or foundation money or, government money or whatever it is, because it's going to be very, very difficult. And I think it's just a matter of time. Like, so it's the same thing, right? You look at hardware. We haven't had any hardware companies come out of India yet. We have a few that are very interesting, like Aether and so on, but we don't have an ecosystem of hardware investors, right? So same thing with deep tech. I mean, if it's going to require 3-4 years of R&D, etc., I think it will be very, very difficult. Now, to do that, look, at the end of the day, right, it's a sort of a catch-22. Investors invest in things that scale and become large companies, and will create large exits, right? And so, and the harder it is to do that, and the longer it's going to take, it gets into a bit of a cycle, right? So I actually think that, much like we've done with SaaS, I think with deep tech too, right? Applying, computer vision to, there are 1,000 problems that you can apply computer vision to, but if you apply it well, your models are going to be so much better than anybody else. You're very focused, you go deep, you think global, and I think you can build larger companies. The same thing, whether it's speech to text, whether it's, IoT, whether it's, edge computing, is find sort of a user problem that you can define. So I'm not answering your question. I guess what I'm saying is it's not going to happen anytime soon, but if you are building a deep tech company, get much more focused on a specific set of user problems and really think about GTM. That's the other thing that our deep tech companies really lack, is they're not as good at GTM. Right? I mean, you can't build a $100 million revenue company without having a kick-ass GTM. So you've got to start building your GTM early, start thinking about that and things like that.
Well said. Well said. Rajan, if you take a step back, if you look at the big picture, we're at less than 1% of global market share of product, which is estimated to be between $500 billion moving to $1 trillion, and which is about a third, fourth of overall IT spend, right? So product is really getting big very fast. I mean, SaaS is a great example there. When do you think India emerges with some sizable market share? And you really said it. I mean, there's a process to this, right? It won't happen overnight. But when do you think we'll be a dominant player in the product space, if you will?
So I don't know what dominance means, right? So I don't know what that means, because at the end of the day, right, if you really want large dominance, you need to have a large, domestic market, right? I mean, the US has a, whatever, right? Of the $500 billion of enterprise software, I think 200 billion of that is spent, almost 300 billion of enterprise software spends in the US. So if you're in the US, you can scale companies much faster, right? Because you can just, fly to New York, or it's just easier to do, right? But I do think our ecosystem is scaling quite well, Atul, right? So as I said, 2 years ago, we had 0 SaaS unicorns. Now we have 5. We had a clip of creating 2 or 3 SaaS unicorns. I think by 2025, we'll easily have 25 SaaS unicorns, right? And then it's going to go. I mean, I'll give you a very interesting example of why this is happening now, or why I feel so confident. We start our next cohort of Surge, which is the Sequoia early stage program, where I spend most of my time now, right? It starts like end of next week. I can't tell you the exact numbers, but a very significant percentage of our companies in our next Surge cohort are actually SaaS companies, right? And some of them are actually deep tech, dev tools, those kinds of companies. So I think it's beginning to happen. So I do actually think this is the year, 2020 to 2030 is India's decade for SaaS. So I think we're going to see some super, super interesting companies that are going to get built out, and not just the unicorns, right? I think in many ways, India's SaaS story is going to be about thousands of SaaS companies, right? And because the reality is, look, if you're, let's say, 2 engineers coming out of Infosys or Wipro or wherever, or Google or Cisco, right? You build a company that's $5 million of revenue, you employ 15 people, and then you have $2.5 million of net profit. You're taking $1.5 million each home, right? That's pretty good living, right, Atul? So I think if we can have 1,000 companies like that, then it gets to be very interesting. So I do think it has started. The train's definitely left the station now, Atul, and I think we are accelerating now.
Fantastic. That's great news. Rajan, I mean, as we know, it's very hard to build a $100 million company, enterprise company in India based on the domestic market, which will take its own, curve, right? But if you were to give one tip for founders looking to start in the US, right? The biggest market, what would that be?
See, I think if ideally would move to the US. Look, at the end of the day, if you're going to build a US company, move to the US. You know what I'm saying? But the more nuanced answer to that would be, Atul, if you're building an SMB SaaS company, right? Like Girish at Freshworks, they were able to get to north of $100 million of revenue before Girish moved to the Bay Area, right? Because it was a SMB sales motion, right? It's inside sales, content driven, demand gen led sort of sales motion, right? Now, by the way, with COVID, I think even enterprise sales. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My connection keeps dropping. I think with COVID, even enterprise sales will become a little easier without sort of being in market, right? But if you're building an enterprise SaaS company, I do think you need to be there, right? Because one of the interesting insights I've had, Atul, is a lot of companies think they can get to $4, $5, $10 million of revenue in India and then expand to the US. I actually think that's quite difficult to do.
Okay, fantastic. Look, we're out of time, but let me take one question, Rajan. I mean, you talked about consumer stuff is very easy to build. Sridhar talked about the layers of deep tech, as you were speaking earlier, under the hood, right? How do entrepreneurs figure out the gaps in terms of deep tech that can be commercialized? Like building operating systems.
Talk to customers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think if it's a technology that you're going to sell to somebody, right? So meaning if you're not in the infrastructure layer, right? Then you should talk to customers. I think the number one thing that the Indian deep tech founders should do is talk to more customers.
Got it. Okay, Rajan, are you still there? I think we may be losing Rajan. So, with that, let's end here. I think we're over time. That was great fun. Thank you, Rajan. And, what we'll try and do is we'll do a Twitter storm with Rajan in the next couple of weeks, and we'll make sure we take up all the pending questions. Thank you very much again, Rajan. Over to you, Pallavi.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, was an exciting chat session. Thank you, Rajan, and thank you, Atul. Now, moving on to the second part of the awards, which is the Emerge 50 Awards. Now, the Emerge 50 Awards are aligned to reflect and capture the current business transformational areas. Now, each of this nomination in the listed categories are reviewed and they are validated using a multi-tried process, and they are assessed by our knowledge partner Zenov and a panel of independent judges composed of industry expert and veterans. Now, the first category is the category of logistics. Now, in this category, we've seen massive advancement within a short span. The use cases range from shipment tracking systems, last mile delivery, to automated drone delivery, GPS tracking, vehicle tracking, and monitoring, etc. So quickly, let's have a look at the nominees. And the nominees for logistics are Vasishta Enterprise Solutions, we have Cargo Exchange India, we have Euler Motors, Felurian Technology, Going Earth, we also have X-Ship Design and Analytics. Congratulations to all the nominees. And to announce for the winners in this category, I would like to once again invite Mr. Rajan Anandan to do the honors. Over to you, Rajan.
Thank you very much. Look, I think this Emerge 50 is a very, very exciting platform. And I want to congratulate all the winners, not just in the category where I'm going to announce the winners in the logistics category, but I think it's a great platform. It's a terrific recognition, and I'm sure all the winners will go on to build amazing companies. All right, so in the logistics category, the first winner is ClickPost. Let's give ClickPost a big round of applause. So ClickPost is India's largest logistics intelligence platform, and it's used by over 100 e-commerce companies like Nykaa, 1MG, Puma, and many others. It enables Amazon-like efficiencies in the supply chain. So huge congratulations to team ClickPost. And the second winner is Euler Motors. Let's give a big round of applause to Euler Motors. You want to go to the next one?
Thank you so much, Rajan, for doing the honors. And yes, we did kind of miss him in the last bit, but still congratulations to ClickPost and to Euler Highload XL. Congratulations on winning this particular category. Now, the next category is cybersecurity. Now, this category covers the software product solutions like network security, endpoint security, IAM, that's identity and access management, security analytics, BYOD security, data and device security, data privacy, anti-theft, anti-spy software, identity theft, etc. Now, let's have a look at the nominees for this category. And the nominees are, we have Cloud SEK, Secunize Technologies, Prog IST Solutions, Sectona Technologies, Securely Share Software, and vSecure App. Congratulations to all the nominees, and to announce the winners in this category, may I invite Mr. Ravi Gururaj, our founder and CEO for President TIE Bangalore QuickPod. Over to you, Ravi.
To all the participants on this call, this is my 10th year with the Emerge Awards program, and I can tell you this year I was I scanned through all the companies, and it's an amazing pool. I think NASSCOM's done a brilliant job in both the deep tech area, in trying to bring together SaaS companies and really help product companies go to market here across our ecosystem. And the pool is larger. I think the types of products we're seeing are deeper. The teams are more talented than ever before, and I think KK is also on this call, and he was among the first to put together the Emerge program almost 12 years ago. And I'm sure he can validate, going even further back, that this is a trajectory that's a hockey stick now. And I think we're going to see real dividends from the product ecosystem is going to see an amazing set of companies that we're going to drool over the next 4 or 5 years. So without further ado, let me get to the cybersecurity awards. And, congratulations to all the nominees. I think, these awards are always a selection of the best among the very outstanding set of companies. So the first one, in no particular order, it's just alphabetic. We've selected 3 companies in cybersecurity. Congratulations to Securely Share. It brings its patented technology. Securely Share enables enterprises to address data security, privacy, and governance challenges, a much needed area in today's ecosystem. Congratulations, Securely Share. So the second company is Prodmark, and they have a product called ProGist, which is a cybersecurity product that specializes in DMARC, email brand protection, stopping impersonation attacks through its SaaS platform. Much needed again. We all are wary of phishing emails and all of that, and this company helps address that. Congratulations, Prodmark. And our third awardee in the cybersecurity category is XVisual. Their product, CloudSec, is an AI-driven unified risk management enterprise management product platform. And its flagship SaaS product, XVisual, leverages AI to help organizations monitor and manage their security posture in real time. Much needed protection that lots of enterprises are looking for. Congratulations, XVisual. So congratulations, Securely Share, Prodmark, and XVisual for this year's Emerge 50 awardees in the cybersecurity category. Over to you, Pallavi.
Thank you so much, Ravi, and congratulations to Securely Share, XVisual, and Prodmark. Now moving on to our next category, which is the FinTech category. Now this category includes any business that uses technology to enhance or to automate their financial services and processes. We also have other subcategories which include solutions for digital lending, for wealth tech, for insurance, for cryptocurrencies, for payments, for investment techs, and it goes on. Let's quickly have a look at the categories. Could we have the nominees, please? The nominees for FinTech is Credgenics, Credible, we have Graham Cover Insurance Brokers, we have Fido.ai, Karza Technologies, we have 1T9 Technology, Perceptivity Data Solutions, VTSLN FinTech, Garagepreneurs, Smartcoin Financials, OpusNet, and Value3 Advisory. Congratulations to all the nominees, and to announce the winners in this category, I would like to invite Mr. Ravi Gururaj to do the honors once again. So over to you, Ravi.
Thank you, Pallavi. I think if there's any category that's been red hot over the last 2-3 years, it's been FinTech. I mean, amazing set of startups. And I think India is seeing a complete transformation and probably leapfrogging completely into the next gen of FinTech technologies. So, congratulations to all the startups. And we picked 6 startups this year in the FinTech category in the Emerge 50. Again, in no particular order, alphabetically, I think this time. Credible. So Credible is our first winner. Congratulations, Credible. Credible is a technology-led FinTech company specializing in supply chain finance that partners with large corporates to create liquidity programs around their payables and receivables, enabling huge savings in return. Congratulations, Credible. The second awardee is OTO Capital. Congratulations, OTO. OTO provides the most affordable and flexible and convenient financing options for two-wheelers in partnerships with various banks and NBFCs. Congratulations, OTO Capital. Our third awardee is Sherlock. Sherlock is a state-of-the-art AI native platform for medical claims automation and prevention of medical fraud. It has already saved over $50 million for insurers globally. Congratulations, Sherlock. And our fourth awardee this evening is Slice Card. Slice Card is an innovative startup that has designed a unique alternative to traditional credit cards to solve unmet needs, credit needs of the millennia and the Gen Zs. Congratulations, SliceCard, on reinventing the credit card for the next gen. And our fifth awardee this evening is SmartCoin. SmartCoin is a mobile app-based consumer lending platform providing microloans to the self-employed micro-entrepreneurs and middle to lower income mass market for improving lives and fulfilling aspirations. Congratulations, SmartCoin. And the last awardee is SwipeZ. SwipeZ is a SaaS platform for businesses to automate their billing, payments collections, payouts, and GST filings, making a centralized business operations dashboard. Congratulations, SwipeZ. Congratulations, SmartCoin, SliceCard, Sherlock, OTO Capital, and Credible, all winners in this year's Emerge 50 FinTech category. Congratulations to all of them. And over to you, Pallavi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ravi, and congratulations to Credible, SliceCard, SwipeZ, Sherlock, OTO Capital, and SmartCoin. Let's quickly move on to our next category. Now, this is the category of enterprise. Now, this category covers the solutions ranging from cloud infrastructure, enterprise mobility, DevOps, collaboration tools, business intelligence, remote working tools, ad tech, marketing tech, automation, CRM, SEM. So let's quickly have a look at the nominees. And the nominees are Vidgur Media Technologies, Cors Techno Solutions, Darius Knight Solutions, IT Light Technologies, Grey Swift, Priscilli, Cognate Semantics, Mailing Foundry, Lightwing, and ACOPS Systems. Congratulations to all the nominees. And to announce the winner for this category, may I invite Mr. Ramkumar Narayanan, VP Technology and Managing Directors for VMware. Over to you, Mr. Ramkumar.
Thank you, Pallavi. First of all, congratulations to all the nominees. It's always been a pleasure for me to serve on the jury of Emerge 50 in the past years. And it's always been a validation of the maturation of our ecosystem in a material way, because every year we would see more and more companies that would come up. But this year it seems like, we've kind of hit the ball out of the park in a lot of ways. And a huge congratulations to all the nominees. And now over to the winners. The first, can we move to the first company, the winner, for the enterprise segment? Great. First company is ACOPS. When COVID-19 pandemic broke out and forced people indoors, a young Indian software company helped over 100 enterprises implement work from home and ensure business continuity across India, Japan, and Middle East. With its comprehensive zero trust based and end user computing solutions, ACOPS has already served 500 plus enterprise customers and over 6 lakh active users and is on its way to becoming a globally renowned Indian product company. Huge congratulations to the ACOPS team. Moving to the next winner, number 2 is Mylan Foundry. Mylan Foundry is a deep tech product startup transforming human experiences using artificial intelligence algorithms on video, voice, and sensor data for consumer companies. The next company, please. Itilite is a SaaS platform for business travel and expense management, which helps companies reduce travel costs in a way employees love. And the last winner. Lightwing provides companies with intelligent cloud ops automation to slash cloud bills up to 90% on AWS, Azure, and DigitalOcean. So huge congratulations to all the winners, and over to you, Pallavi.
Thank you, Ramkumar, and congratulations to Fovea Stream, Lightwing, ACOPS, and Itilite. Now, moving on to our next category, which is the SaaS category. Now, new business models are emerging within the SaaS landscape, leading to further diversification of this market. And now this category includes companies offering vertical and horizontal solutions, ranging from mobile SaaS to BI and, of course, for analytics. So let's quickly have a look at the nominees. And the nominees are, we have Udemy.ai, Gmetry, MapRecruit.com, Bunch Microtechnologies, CustomFit.ai, Valley Monks, Interview Mocha, Datability Technologies, Posit Technologies, Legistify, Envision Solutions, TechGencia Software Technologies, Cyborg Intel, NoPay Performs, and Concept Bytes. Congratulations to all the nominees. And I would like to once again invite Mr. Ramkumar Narayanan to please do the honors. So over to you, Ramkumar.
Thank you, Pallavi. I think, as Ravi said, fintech is hot. This is super hot. I mean, the SaaS category always defines a huge range of solutions which are starting to emerge out of India and conquer the world. And again, very, very hearty congratulations to all the nominee companies. All of them look like great solutions. But as we move to the winners, the first winner, please. Class+, empowering educators to launch and scale their online coaching businesses. Congratulations, Class+. Next winner. iZoto is a publisher-first audience marketing platform that helps media businesses build a direct relationship with their readers. Congratulations to the iZoto team. The third winner, please. Gmetry is a no-code platform to create, publish, and track virtual and augmented reality. Gmetry XR is used to train 1 million plus people globally, and millions have shopped on their immersive stores. Fantastic, Gmetry team. The fourth winner. NoPay Performs, a SaaS-based automation platform that enables students and educators succeed with a unified digital connected campus. Congratulations to the NoPay Performs team. The fifth winner in this category is with the patented innovations offers hybrid AI enterprise SaaS platform to unleash true potential of security and surveillance system. Last winner is bConsole. TechGencia is an R&D company based in Kerala with expertise in internet communications and collaborations. Over to you, Pallavi.
Thank you, Ramkumar, and congratulations to NoPay Performs, Smart Surveillance, iZoto, Gmetry XR, vConsole, and Class+. Moving on to our next category, this is the IoT hardware and devices. Now, IoT hardware is a critical component of a full IoT solution. Now, this category includes product that's built using IoT, that's ranging from IoT devices, sensors, actuators, and gateway to IoT platforms. Let's have a look at the nominees. And the nominees are AgnaLite and AgnaBolt, Detect Technologies Private Limited, Sascan Meditech, Probus Smart Things, QSense Lab, SparrowSense, We Got Utility Solutions, an automated system for wastewater surveillance. Congratulations to all the nominees. And to announce the winner, may I invite Mr. Arun Seth, trustee for NASSCOM Foundation. Over to you, Arun.
All right.
Of course, yes, we are having a live event, and always in a live event, there seems to be a little bit of internet troubles, but no problem at all, because we do have Mr. Arun Seth back again with us. Just to remind all of you, our next category that we are talking about is the IoT hardware and devices. And like I was just saying, that this category includes products that are built using the IoT, ranging from IoT devices to IoT platform. So once again, I would like to invite Mr. Arun Seth, who's our trustee for NASSCOM Foundation. Arun, over to you.
Thank you very much, Pallavi. I think your system knew that I'm a telecom guy. That's why it knocked me out. So leaving that aside, I've been associated with NASSCOM since the mid-90s, and starting from services to BPO, seeing the product community and now deep tech coming has been absolutely amazing. And as all the previous people said, we have hit it out of the ballpark this time. I really enjoyed being on the jury. So it's been quite an amazing journey, and there's much more to come, as Rajan said. So now to announce the winners in this IoT and hardware category, I would say that we are talking of AI. The fact of AI is that unless you have granular data, you ain't going to get anything going there. So here's to the winners, and in no particular order, it's alphabetical. The first winner is Fluid Health. Fluid Health is a wastewater surveillance system deployed by the cities and private contractors to analyze the functioning of wastewater systems. This allows them to inspect and optimize wastewater networks, directly reducing urban water pollution. It's very amazing. When I saw the presentation, it was absolutely amazing what they were doing. Can we move to the next one, please? Congratulations to GUMPS. It detects technologies, provides technology platforms powered by patented hardware and intelligent software. GUMP is a seamless integration of an IoT sensor and intelligent software. Designed for any industry that requires continuous monitoring of piping and integrity in real time. Congratulations to Team GUMPS. Can we move to the next one, please? Next winner is QScan. It's an IoT solution for fresh food management employing spectral and olfactory sensors to predict ripeness and internal spoilage and shelf life of fruits. I really like this because I used to sit on the board of Domino's, and I think we have great use cases for that. Congratulations, team. And the last one, please, is We Got Aqua, which is a company which is changing the way water is consumed in real time through monitoring and analytics in houses. Leading up to 50% reduction in water, and this is really going to be interesting. So congratulations to all the 4 winners. Over to you, Pallavi.
Thank you, Arun, and a big congratulations to QScan, GUMPS, Fluid Health, and We Got Aqua. Looks like we have very, very exciting companies who are, coming forward as winners. So let's quickly move on to our next category, which is health tech. Now, this includes tech solutions developed for the purpose of improving any and all aspects of healthcare system. Now, from telemedicine to online health information, diagnostics, wellness, hospital administration, healthcare analytics, and life sciences tech. So let's move on and see the nominees for this category. And the nominees are Friends Learn, Graphene Health Tech, Novia Life Care, Prognostic InMed, Kanohi Eye, Onward Assist, HealthView X, and Arca Research India. Congratulations to all the nominees. And to announce the winners for this category, I would like to invite Mr. Arun Seth to do the honors once again. So over to you, Arun.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Pallavi. This is my favorite area. I'm spending most of my time on boards like Narayan Health and Jubilant Life Sciences. And I remember my time when I first invested in Healthify Me in 2014. The word digital health didn't exist. Anyway, I think we've moved a long way. So congratulations to the winner. The first winner is Binox, which is a cloud-based software for management of eye problems caused by the use of digital media and lazy eyes. Congratulations, teams Binox. I'd really loved your presentation when I was in the jury. The next winner is IHRA, Intelligent Health Risk Assessment. It's a health tech company. Arca Research's solution, IHRA, helps identify early signs of developing type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and dyslipidemia. Sorry for the tough pronunciation. Congratulations, Team IHRA. The third is Mavis. Can we have on the slide, please? Mavis is disrupting traditional market research in healthcare and pharma by using AI to provide unbiased, actionable insights. Congratulations, Team Mavis. Can we have the next one, please? The fourth winner is Path Assist, which is focused on improving cancer treatment outcomes by assisting pathologists with accurate and timely reporting of cancer biopsies. Onward's core technology leverages computer vision and machine learning for automated reporting of cancer pathology. Congratulations to all the 4 winners. Over to you, Pallavi.
Thank you, Arun, and congratulations to IHRA, Mavis, Binox, and Path Assist. With this, it's time to move on to the next category, which is the retail tech. Now, as the structure of the market and the consumer expectations change, many retail and consumer product businesses are now turning to technology to reshape the way they work and how they serve their customers. Now, this particular category caters to solutions from predictive analysis to customer experience to e-commerce enablers to in-store retail tech, e-commerce logistics, we have B2B e-commerce, and of course, fashion tech. So let's have a quick look at the nominees, and the nominees are Accubits Technologies, Discover Dollar Technologies, ClueTrack Software Labs, Big ThinkX, we have Unimart, Kix AR Technologies, Vixo Technologies, Camcom, and Parallel Dots. Congratulations to all the nominees. And to announce the winner, I would like to invite Mr. Anish Reddy, co-founder and CEO for Capillary Technologies. Over to you, Anish.
Sorry, thanks, Steve, for having me here. This is the first time I had the privilege of being on the jury, and I wish I had accepted the other one earlier invites as well. It was great to see some of the companies that came in there. You know, we had won way back, right, in 2011 or 12, and I think it used to be a much smaller set of companies. I think picking from the list was definitely hard. It's also good to see one of the retail ones get into the League of 10. I think congrats to the Incref team on that. You know, there are 4 more, you know, which make it to the Emerge 50 here. The first one is you know, in alphabetical order, no order of is Camcom. Camcom is an award-winning industry agnostic AI-powered platform for visual inspections. Very interesting product, lots of good customers. They say they future-proof the business and seem very interesting, right? Moving to the next winner is Discover Dollar. Discover Dollar helps enterprises to identify missed discounts and overpayments by analyzing operations and negotiations and stuff like that. They've helped Budweiser, Target, etc. save about $300 million in leakages. Congrats to the team. Very interesting product, very global product again, and wishing them the best there. Moving next, we have Shelf Watch by Parallel Dots. I think it's our own response to unicorn like tracks Very interesting product, very well built. They help consumer goods companies and retailers excel in their in-store retail execution using computer vision and machine learning. Very, very good set of customers as well. Moving ahead, and to the last in the retail list, we have Wixo. Wixo is a custom built e-commerce focused growth platform. An AI-led platform to engage, retain, convert, analyze, and personalize, customer engagement in the e-commerce business. Very strong traction. They've grown really, really well. Congrats to the Wixo team again. Yep.
Thank you, Anish, and congratulations to Wixo, to Camcom, Discover Dollar Resolve, and Shelf Watch. Moving on to the next category, which is Bharat. Now, this unique category caters to those innovative solutions who solve some of the toughest problems of India in a scalable manner using technology. Now, it includes building affordable solutions that impact the Bharat segment, the people at the grassroots level, like voice-enabled products, like video, vernacular, citizen services, agriculture, pollution, sanitation, waste and water management, etc. So let's have a look at the nominees. And the nominees are Prakship, Novana Tech, Eco STP Technologies, GIM Infotech, I Am Here Software Labs, Ordinado Labs, Better Technology, RMSI Cropalytics, Quantrello Digital, and Not On Map. Congratulations to all the nominees. And to announce the winner for this category, may I invite Ms. Padmaja Ruparil, co-founder for Indian Angel Network. Over to you, Padmaja.
Thanks, Pallavi. At the outset, congratulations to NASSCOM for another Emerge 50. You do it year on year and you get better. It was a brilliant experience for me to engage on this jury, and clearly what we saw has set new standards of innovation, passion, and entrepreneurship. I think next year promises to be even more interesting with what's actually boiling on the ground. Bharat is the category. With the lockdown, it has brought a new and much larger opportunity for entrepreneurs to innovate and cater to this Bharat market. The technology enablement is fast changing consumer behavior in the largest customer base in the country. And the opportunity is not only large in this country, but something that can be scaled across other countries as well. So to my mind, this is a huge opportunity waiting to be just harvested. In this category, there were 13 companies, and to my mind, each of them were winners. And it surely wasn't an easy job for the jury panel. I know, we spent hours. And one of them, Khata Book, also found itself in the elite top 10. So the nominees or the winners are Bharat SDK, Navana Tech, a startup that provides B2B conversational AI solutions in vernacular languages for the low literate demography to use smartphones. Lokal is the non-English speaking India's one-stop platform for live services and hyperlocal news interaction. Not On Map is using travel as a tool to solve distress-driven migration and rural livelihood issues under leveraged cultural and rural heritage assets. Truly inspired by the lockdown for sure. FinServe, which is Profiler for Insured Crop Exposure and Risk, is a platform which provides government and agri-sectors crop acreage and yield estimates faster, more accurately, and at a higher resolution using satellite, drone, and AI/ML technologies. All breakthrough technologies for sure. Over to you, Pallavi. I'm really excited with the category and what I saw on the panel.
Thank you, Padmaja, and congratulations to Pincer, to Bharat SDK Local and Not on Map. Moving on to our last category for the Emerge 50 Awards, which is the strategic sector. Now, the software product solutions made for resolving problems in the defense sector, in energy, environment, smart cities, etc. will feature under this category. Let's have a look at the nominees. And the nominees are Uptime AI Tech, Lekha Wireless Solutions, Infinite Analytics India, Citizen Technologies, Innoval Technologies, Sharify Services, Drona Maps, and Avianco Technologies. Congratulations to all the nominees. And to announce the winner, may I invite Mr. Rajat Tandon, President, IVCA. Over to you, Rajat.
Thank you very much, Pallavi. Indeed, it's a pleasure always to be back here at NASSCOM. And Emerge 50 has been very close to my heart while I was at NASSCOM as well. Having said that, this category is very interesting, and we've had about eight of these startups in here. And I'm really happy to announce the strategic sector. The winners, Uptime AI, which actually operationalizes AI to increase profitability of manufacturing plants. They offer AI-based predictive maintenance software that mimics human experts to maximize reliability and efficiency. So certainly an area which is very important. Second, another close to my heart is about maps, Drona Maps here. Drona Maps is a command and control center solution built on the backbone of high-resolution 3D drone maps. Now, they are redefining, sustainable development plannings in India, and I think very important for our country at this point. And finally, the third winner is Citizen, Citizen, which is a digital identity solution provider which enables digital identification of a citizen, providing any kind of subsidy or service which he's looking for. So these facial livenesses uses ML engine to identify a live face and match it with capturing the live image with an existing one. So, congratulations to all three winners. Over to you, Pallavi.
Thank you, Rajat, and congratulations to Drona Maps, Facial Liveness Technology and AI Expert. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an eventful afternoon with recognitions and appreciations. But to conclude this event, I would like to once again invite Mr. Gaurav Hazra, a Senior Director and Head India Markets NASSCOM, to address the virtual gathering. So over to you, Gaurav.
Okay, thank you everyone for the fantastic afternoon and such exciting participation and winners. Congratulations to all the winners and participants. And I'm very sure that many of you would go on to become the next wave of great product companies out of India. While I try to sum up this evening in the next couple of minutes, let me thank all the speakers and guests for taking out time to be with us this afternoon. A special mention of thanks to Ravi Gururaj, Atul, Ram, and my colleague Sangeeta Gupta for helping us through the juries and putting this whole event together. Sincere thanks to our ecosystem partner IVCA, and of course our knowledge partner Zinnov for helping us through the rigorous evaluation process and the Emerge 50 study. Last but not the least, thanks to the branded platform partner and the whole NASSCOM team for putting this together. Thank you everybody, and congratulations once again from NASSCOM. Cheers.
Thank you, Gaurav. And once again, thank you everyone for viewing this event. It was great being your host, and congratulations once again to all the winners. Now, as Oprah Winfrey once said, the more you celebrate life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Let the celebrations continue with the festivities this week. Have a safe and happy Diwali. My name is RJ Pallavi signing off. Stay home, stay safe, and see you all next year. Thank you, good evening, and namaskar.